Okay, hopefully things are kind of working here. It was one of those annoying things where my laptop was messing with me, and we got this whole late thing going on again. So let me see if I can't break things up a little bit. Yeah, it's maybe a little bit better. Hang on one second here. Let me cheat the shade on my light a little bit. Yeah, that kind of works. Okay. Wearing the plain shirt, nothing crazy here. So firing things up. And as usual, I got bit. And I got bit in a good way. Maybe not in a good way. I got bit, okay? I got bit because I went into the broadcast, what we refer to in the business as cold. Cold. Woo! Translation, I just went in there and just went, beep, turned everything on. And immediately my laptop is like, nope, don't like the microphone. You need to reboot me. So annoying. So anyway, if you guys could see it for what it is, I'm running the Yeti and the Bluetooth Snowball. So I'm running my previous iteration and my current microphone. So I'm running both blue microphones side by side. I don't know why this thing keeps jacking around with the lighting. Let me try killing this one. Maybe that's a little bit better. Well, it is what it is. Okay, so anyway, that's actually, that's actually kind of damn annoying. So let me kick this down a little bit. I'll be a little bit dim on YouTube. Sorry about that, guys. But I'll be looking maybe not so frenetic on crazy on Facebook. All right, so anyway, so way, shape, and form. Oh, I got to get things going on here, don't I? So excuse me. Oh, wait a minute. That's water. I'm not drinking that. Yuck. That fish do things in that. I'm going to be drinking this. Oh, yes. I pulled the label off, but it's an Arizona green tea made with sugar. Splendiferous thing. Anyway, so we get things going on here. Beetlejuice live 5x5. Hopefully people are checking me out, seeing things are going on. Realizing that I was only running just a little bit light, but I'm actually now doing the things I normally do. So looking at things as it is, first and foremost, I got to express this most sympathetically. Arizona iced tea, thank you so much for making the green tea, which is like good. It's a little sweet sometimes, but it's good. I mean, you can get like a whole case of that from like the big box stores for not a whole hell of a lot of money. And you can read the ingredients, and it's not too terrible bad. It is green tea. It tastes like green tea. Now it contains sugar as opposed to high fructose corn syrup. Oh, you don't want to eat and drink that stuff if you can avoid it, man. It's bad juju. So anyway, they have reformulated probably because everybody was like, dude, I'm not buying that crap because it has the other crap in it that I don't want to eat because it's crap. And I'll buy the other guy's stuff because it doesn't contain that crap. There is another green tea that I actually do drink that does contain sugar as well. It's way less sweet than this. It's the brain pan is not working today. I can't figure out which one it is. And if I had to go around their corner and grab it out of the refrigerator, again, doing the video cold, I would have had this stuff in front of me, and I would, you know what? Give me 2 seconds here. I'll be right dang back. Give me 2 seconds. Lucky for me, my refrigerator's right around the corner. Anyway, so this one, of course, being Arizona, and yes, I could, you know what? I got a stunt bottle right here. There we go. I got a stunt bottle right here because this one, the label was coming off, and I'm gonna have the label flapping around, so I just yanked it off. So anyway, this one being Arizona. Hopefully you guys are kind of seeing it. It's showing up good on YouTube. It's not showing so good on Facebook for some reason. But anyway, hopefully you guys can kind of see it. There you go. Arizona iced tea, an American company. And so anyway, reading this thing from north to south, it is, yes, and I can cheat this one. The font's not too terrible small. Premium brewed from a blend that is of, filtered water, sugar, honey, natural flavoring, obviously green tea, ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, which is perfectly fine for preserving the flavor and not allowing any mold to take place in green tea. Citric acid, so it's just a little bit more acidic. And then ginseng root extract. So this stuff is good, man. It's got ginseng in it. It's got green tea in it. And I want to really cuss here, but it's got an S-ton. Read like an S-hit ton of green tea, those flavonoids or phenols or whatever the heck it is, all that good shiznit is in this one. Now, the other one that I usually drink is my daily driver when I go to the local Wawa is I'll get the Honest Tea. Now, these guys are not supporters of my channel, okay? Not at all. And these are just stuff that I like to drink. Logan Ray, appreciate you coming on by, dude. Just looking over my laptop, seeing who's in the YouTube chat room. But this one is my personal favorite, mostly because this one tends to be, in my palate, just a wee bit sweet. But you can see they're both green teas. Obviously, you shake them up to look like urine samples and mess with your friends. But this one is expressly, or they say organic. Organic's really kind of a catchphrase. It really doesn't tell you anything other than the fact that they're saying it's organic. Does the FDA or the Food and Drug Administration actually mandate the phrase organic? No, it is a buzz-all catchphrase that really truly means nada. So anyway, looking at this guy here, again, we have organic brewed tea. So right off the bat, they're saying that the first ingredient is tea. They're not even saying water. They're saying, dude, this is tea first. Not water, but tea. Filtered water, fair trade organic green tea leaves, fair trade organic cane sugar, organic honey, organic and natural flavor. So organic and natural flavors. Probably more green tea. Let's see. Ascorbic acid to protect taste and citric acid. So these two are really neck and neck, but this one is less sweet. As a matter of fact, they even said it on the label. If you could see it in the green section here, just a tad sweet. So literally that's what they're saying here. It's honey, green tea. This one, of course, being probably more sugar based, but has some honey flavoring. Maybe that's the flavoring they're talking about. Is they put some honey in there. Both of these are really decent. This one being my preferred. This one being a daily driver because we buy a whole case of this stuff in the big box store. I wish I could get a case of this stuff in the big box store. This one I really truly like because normally when I go to a Japanese restaurant and I'm drinking green tea, I don't put anything in it. It's straight green tea. I want to have that kind of, throat hit, that little, in the back of your throat, that nice little, tannin thing where the tannins are going, hi, we're the flavor molecules. How you doing? Yeah, that's the stuff I want to have hit me in the back of the throat. Anyway, hey, Abrams, appreciate you coming by, dude. So let's see. Scrolling. But yes, in terms of beverages, this one being my preferred, I can live with this one. This one tends to be just a little sweet in my book, but still not a deal breaker. But yeah, I was just like looking around going, first thing is an opener. Green tea. What the hell, man? I really, really, really like green tea. In terms of actual drinkability, swigability, and belchability, green tea is the shiznit. Let's give me 1 second here. And of course, after all my heart stuff, maybe I am trying to eat and drink just a little bit healthier. I really don't drink that much sugar in terms of like soda anymore. Usually what I'll do is I will have one, maybe maximum 2 sodas per day. And that is absolutely it. I won't drink soda when I'm out and around. I'll usually drink coffee. I really, truly have tailed back on my just soda consumption simply because when you drink a lot of soda, well, I usually don't drink soda that doesn't, that contains high fructose. I mean, I avoid that stuff like the plague. If it's the only thing around and I cannot avoid drinking, soda per se, I'll drink diet, but I won't drink much. I will not drink much. I might drink maybe like a half a glass, if that. And then I'm looking around for water or I'm looking around for something else that is not loaded up with all the crud. But, diet soda is really, really bad for you as well. I mean, it's all kinds of artificial sweeteners and just gack and little preservatives, and it's not good shiznit, okay? You really, truly don't want to drink diet soda if you can absolutely avoid it. And even regular soda, you got to remember, too, that phosphoric acid. Well, what's the phosphoric acid doing? Well, let's go nuts and bolts for a second here. The human body is comprised of pretty much 70% water and a S10, read like an S-hit ton of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, all kinds of other, goodies to stick it all together. And essentially the scientific side of it is this. If your body needs a vitamin, it goes to the precursor and goes, okay, what is this vitamin's precursor made of? If I need to make testosterone or other hormones, what does the precursor comprise? Well, if you're not getting enough calcium in your diet, the first thing your body's going to do is it's going to go, I need calcium. This organism needs to keep living. I need calcium. So the first thing it's going to do is it's going to pull it out of your bloodstream and goes, okay, I've exhausted all the calcium that's in the bloodstream. I know there's a whole hit ton in these bones. I'll take the calcium out of the bones. Well, once you start losing the calcium out of your bones and you're female, you have osteoporosis, or you have old folks' bones, which basically break really easy, and all kinds of other really, truly bad happenstance seems to occur to you. Now, in terms of the stuff I've done to myself, most of my bone injuries have been breaks. I've actually broken, numerous boxers breaks. I've broken my left wrist. I've broken my right ankle. I've got a crush injury in my back. My back is arthritic as hell. It doesn't look good on an X-ray. But these are all old-time injuries. Now, the thing is, because I probably wasn't consuming enough calcium, my body said, dude, we need calcium. Let's take it out of dude's body. We'll get enough calcium. Well, that obviously probably reduced my bone strength to some degree, which is probably making it easier for it to break. But the other thing, too, is also I'm lactose intolerant. Whoops. So main source of calcium being probably like your green leafy vegetables and dairy products. Yeah, you kind of have to make, shortfalls made better and fix things up. And so one of the other things, too, is also it's been in my habit for a very, very, very long time. I've pretty much have always taken supplements to some degree. I mean, I've always been hardcore on vitamin C because vitamin C is water soluble. If you take water-soluble vitamins in the morning and you take 2 leaks, well, guess what? You've just flushed out the water-soluble vitamins. So if you're taking vitamin C, you probably should take vitamin C at least once per day, if not twice per day. A multivitamin at the very least, and you probably should supplement it with other stuff. Now, considering the fact that, I'm pretty much working, my career pretty much is at night. I don't see a whole hell of a lot of sunlight. I also probably should supplement it with vitamin D3, which is what you're getting from sunlight. You're metabolizing sunlight and you are vitamin manufacturing D3. Now, in the animal kingdom, animals make most of their vitamins. Human beings do not make vitamin C. If you go for an extended period without vitamin C, you're going to suffer, obviously, scurvy. You're going to have all kinds of problems with your vision going to pot, your skin going to pot, digestive issues. I mean, it's a whole Christmas list of things that go absolutely boobs up. Read like the T word, boobs up, when you don't consume the proper vitamins, if not weekly, at least daily, at least some supplementing therein of, something. Now, the other thing, too, is also the doctors are going on about, oh, yeah, you're just whizzing that out, making the fish real healthy in the lake. Dude, I got bad news for you. If I take vitamins and I don't need to see you as much, are you going to tell me to take vitamins? Probably not. You're going to say, oh, yeah, these are a panacea. They don't do anything for you. You take these vitamins and they go straight through you. Well, I hate to tell you, dude, the only thing that goes straight through you if you're eating it and you're not trying to keep it in is Taco Bell. Taco Bell does not keep up a residence in your body for any length of time whatsoever. It wants out. So anyway, looking at the way, shape, and form, supplementing your diet to some degree, consuming, green tea, all that resveratrol from red wine and all these other things that come into play that they're noticing now actually are good for you. Here's the dirty little secret. Will it hurt anything if you go out of your way to consume it? No. And if you ask the doctor about it, they're going to go, well, it couldn't hurt. It's like, so if it couldn't hurt and it's not going to cause any long-term damage and potentially it might make it less needy for me to come see you every, XYZ month of the year for you to go, oh, yeah, man, you're really jacked up. You better take this pill or you better take that pill. Or you better take these pills here. And truthfully, anytime you look at any kind of pharmacological commercial, it's always like, look at this, that, and Terrell. You take this, that, and Terrell, and it'll fix blah, blah, blah. That was the first 5 seconds of the commercial. Will cause this, that, and the other thing. These parts will fall off your body. You need to see your doctor for medication adjustments. If you take this for too long a period, apparently your butt will fall off. This will break off. This will happen, and potentially you could die. Wait a minute. What was this thing supposed to fix? Oh, yeah. Dandruff. I think I can live with the dandruff. So anyway, looking at the way, shape, and form, essentially, of medicology and pharmacology and all this other stuff, eating and drinking something that's going to promote good health is probably a whole hell of a lot better than going to the doctor. The doctor is going, yeah, you're going to need some of this, and you're going to need some of this, and then you're going to need some more of these. Not good times. Me being now a patient with appropriate installed zipper. Yes, appropriate installed zipper. I do have some additional plumbing now put into place and good stuff like that there. So I now have to be just a little bit more conscious. Of course, now on the north side of 50, I got to be a little bit more conscientious about not being a total dirtbag to my body and probably eating just a little bit better. That's all stuff I've done. I mean, pretty much what it was is genes not in my favor and probably the sucky diet that I've had for a very, very long time. But oh well, if I got 50 some odd plus years out of the original set of plumbing and they just put in a new set and I got some additional onboards to help contend with some additional idiocy, I'm potentially doing okay. And the other thing too is also he said, yeah, you're on this med, you probably want to curtail drinking. I don't need to drink alcohol all the time. Okay, I mean, as a matter of fact, I'm actually a very infrequent drinker. And for me to basically grab a once in a while drink, not a deal breaker. I can manage that. That's not even an issue. If you guys look over my right shoulder, left shoulder. Well, for you, my left shoulder. Yeah, that's what it is. For you, my left shoulder. For me, my right shoulder. Of course, being inversed on the camera, you guys are seeing, this stuff behind me, the file cabinets. Let me lean over here for one sec. Other way. Okay, so you guys can see I now have 2 new file cabinets. And essentially what it was is one of my friends contacts me. he copped a 30-day on Facebook, but he contacted me. He's like, dude, you want these 2 file cabinets? So I was like, yeah, sure. I'll take the tan one. He's like, okay, cool. So we hooked up a little while ago. And of course I was driving the Pilot. He really liked the Pilot. So I was driving the Pilot, hooked up with him, and we went to a storage place from his house. And I'm looking at him like, well, okay, I'll take the tan one. He's kind of looking at me with this kind of like hangdog puppy eye thing. Like, could you please take them both? It's like, all right, dude, I'll take them both. So essentially what's going to happen here is the tan one's going to wind up the tan one on the bottom. Yeah, this way. Something. All right, so this is really hard to do this inverse thing. Anyway, so the tan one on the bottom is going to wind up being in the office here. And the other one, which is going to be the orange one, that guy right there. I need a pointer, man. Just this one over here. Yes. Here, class. This one over here, class. The orange one over here is going to wind up being put downstairs into the dude work area, and it's all good stuff. So it's just some organizing, but free file cabinets. I mean, they're decent file cabinets too. Why would I walk away from that? I mean, because normally you go in like any place on like Facebook Marketplace or anything along those lines, there's always the case of, oh, dude, yeah, here we go. I'm going to sell you this, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be $50. And you got to drive out to like, east armpit, lower elbow. And, you're driving around, trying to get the crap. Sometimes it's just really not worth it. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to look over the chat room here. If you cut out all the carbs from your diet, there is no need for vitamin C. It is only needed to produce insulin. No, dude, you need vitamin C for other metabolistic and cannibalistic and ballistic stuff. Trust me, you need vitamin C, okay? You're not going to get away from needing vitamin C. Even people on the islands wind up having traces of vitamin C in like their plant life and other, plant materials that they're consuming. Pineapples. I mean, the guys in Hawaii are eating pineapples because they need the vitamin C, not the bromelain. They need the vitamin C. What good, Logan? Hang on a second here. They're saying hi to each other. I was like, what's good, Logan? It's like, good Logan? I didn't know there was a bad Logan. Anyway, so scroll. Anyway, to the long and the short of essentially taking in supplements and drinking stuff that is, antioxidants, it's all good. I mean, essentially, when you come right down to it, the oxygen in the atmosphere, which gives us life, is also the oxidizer. That's right. It is an oxidizer. It is causing free radicals in your body. It is causing rust. For all intents and purposes, it is rusting, attacking, mutilating, nibbling little bits off all your body's cells, and just all these free radicals are a-holes, okay? They're just really little a-holes going through your bloodstream, chomping on all your stuff, messing things up, and promoting the aging process. So anything that you can do to kill a free radical, green tea is a good free radical killer. I'll take that any day of the week because I rather like the stuff. Anyway, so scrolly. Let me go look at my stuff here. Now, like I said, I am running the Yeti and the Snowball. So I'm running both of the microphones here. And suddenly scrolly. Oh, wow. That is strange looking. I don't know if you guys heard about this or not, but the Army's been kicking around the idea of making the dress green uniform look like the 1940s uniform, and they call them the new pinks and greens. I cannot tell you how strange this thing looks, other than to simply just drop it in the room, let you guys take an eyeball on it. But I'll drop it here on Facebook. Hopefully, I wonder if it drops on Facebook. Let me try that real fast here. No, it might not. But anyway, so let me try getting the link. That might actually work a little bit better here. So let's do that. So the soldiers at Fort Knox get the new unis. Hey, you know what? I always thought that we just had the coolest uniforms in the Marine Corps, but that's just me. The Marine Corps always just had the coolest unis. All right, so let me grab that. Drop that. Oh, how do I drop it over on YouTube? That's going to take a second. You know what? I think I can do this like such. Yeah, let's just do this like this. Okay, this is how I'm going to do this. Hopefully everything's don't crap and burn over on the Facebook side, but it tends to happen. So let's just try that real fast here because, Facebook is such a resource hog sometimes. New unis. There we go. Hopefully that's going to work. Go over here, drop that like that. Bang, bang, boom. Posty. Okay, it's now posted up on that. I can cheat with the Lappy. Go over here. Go over to my Facebook yet again. And go over here. And now open it over here. I should have probably just sent a message off to myself. But you know what? Oh, well. I sometimes do these things to myself. And it is not pretty. But, oh, well. If I don't do it to me, it's not like anybody else will let me do it to them. So, it's just the way it is. So anyway, scrolly. It does kind of look like something from the SS Troopers there. That's exactly right there, Logan. Oh, I'm sorry, Abrams. It does actually look like something from the SS Troopers. Dress cap, does it look like something? Yeah, it looks like something worn by the SS. Yeah, exactly, dude. It looks like something worn by like the Starship Troopers in my book, except it's like not blue or green. It's the 1940s uniforms I thought were cool for the time period, but things move on, okay? Things do move on, so, time to shift position and move out thusly. So anyway, let me scroll through here real fast. Again, this is that whole thing about starting out cold and not doing stuff that I probably should have done. Hang on one second here. Scrolly. Lose that one. Okay, I don't know if I've talked about this one or not. But the Minotaur mystery box, I still have not had a chance to go through. Truthfully, I've been so busy kicking my own tail, driving, hard charging like crazy, trying to make, maximum cash to pay for the new ride, doing Lyft, that really, I truly haven't had any opportunity to go through the mystery box. I did post up the video that is now currently listed on YouTube. I'm sure, hopefully, both a couple of you guys have seen it. Hopefully, all you guys have seen it. But anyway, so that stuff is in there, and we'll be going on and checking stuff out. I really probably should just grab like one of the pizzas and try that on camera. So, you know what? Let me just do that real fast here. We'll just do it on camera tasting, okay? So hang on one second here. All right, so we have here, and I'm really, really not looking forward to this. Mostly because this stuff has had like a really shoddy reputation with me for like, the shelf stable sandwich. Marty, Mar, and I both tried them. They were dag freaking nasty. So let me take a snoop here 1 second here. We were talking about the pizza slice with pepperoni from Sterling Food. Celebrate taste. Like you're really doing that in combat. Ingredients: flour, obviously, all kinds of other stuff. Brown rice syrup. Contains milk, soy. It's one slice, serving per container, one. 240 calories, 90 calories from fat. Total fat 10 grams. Total carbs 27 grams. Sodium is 630 milligrams for only 240 calories, man. That's not good. That's really upside down, but that's what they tend to do to troops in combat because they want them to retain water. Hey, if you're not sweating in combat, you're not bleeding in combat. No, you're just basically now becoming sick because you're not bleeding. You're not sweating. You're just kind of going like a puffer fish. All right, so let's get this thing a try here, and I'm really not looking forward to this. Really, truly not looking forward to this. All right, so here we go. I might strip out this video and then repost it as trying this. Okay, so how does it smell? It smells. It really smells. No, no. For all the world, to me, it kind of smells almost like the Chef Boyardee. And it really has a Chef Boyardee thing going on. It almost looks like a school cafeteria pizza, truly, man. I mean, it's not pretty. Hopefully you guys are kind of seeing it. I'm not looking at the Facebook side, but no, that's really completely over flashing it. There we go. Maybe it's a little better. Try to get a little bit of light on there. Yeah, it looks really, really good on Facebook. It looks really shoddy on YouTube. But let me try something real fast here. There you go. Yeah, the scheme is not good on this. The cheese is like brown. It's really not looking like mozzarella cheese. Okay, but I commend this to you. I commend this to you. Oh, let's see, and hopefully I live. Thank you, Lord, for all the stuff you give us. In Jesus' name we pray. And I pray. Excuse me, folks. Do not eat the oxygen absorber. Well, if I was stuck in combat and this is all I had, I would eat it. Considering the fact that I'm a native-born New Yorker and I know what pizza's supposed to taste like, I got one word. Yuck. It has like this biting aftertaste. The crust is just disgusting. It's like stale pizza crust with like this kind of really overly wet thing going on. The toppings kind of have a tomato thing going on, kind of have a pepperoni thing going on. The sauce is way, way sweet. The pepperoni is kind of there. The cheese, I mean, let me see if I can even pick a piece of cheese off of this thing. It's like almost like welded on there. It's like day-old pizza that's gone stale. There you go. That's like a piece of the cheese right there. This sucks. The only thing I can say about the way that cheese is for mouthfeel is one of those kind of kid things that you do where you're like, hey, I wonder what dog treats taste like. And you have like, like one of the bacon things, the fake dog bacon treats. That's literally like the Play-Doh, the dry, nasty Play-Doh consistency of that stuff. If that's their best effort and it cost us how many hundreds of millions of dollars to get that into combat, you failed miserably, guys. That sucks. Excuse me. Now, if I was out in combat and that was all I had, and I had people winging bullets at me all day long, I eat it. But as a civilian, former military, sitting in my office, being able to eat anything I want to with the choice therein of different stuff, this stuff still sucks. I'll take another bite to give it an honest try, but trust me on this one. Don't go out of your way for combat pizza. Mm. 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 All right. Now, I think what they got going on here is this. You take the first bite and your taste buds are just overwhelmed going, gah! And then you take another bite and you're going, my taste buds were so overwhelmed that it's maybe not so bad. No, it's that bad. It really is. In the chat room in the YouTube side, Callie Shotgun Libertarian, we also known as Abram, sorry. Look up the SRG 24-hour ration, 3,600 calorie of real food. It is issued by Poland, so it has Panzer waffles. Dude, that would be the way to go. Those guys probably make a much better MRE than this Drek. Excuse me. Looks like you're trying a 3-day-old KFC biscuit. Dude, just the way I described it is the way I described it. It's like microwaving stale pizza where like the moisture is just completely wrong. The flavor profile is just horrendous. I mean, it's like they basically painted this stuff with like bad tomato sauce and then came up with this topping mix and went and just crapped it all over the top. Let me see if I can't find a piece of the pepperoni at least. Maybe the pepperoni is at least not too horrible, but let me see if I can even find a piece of pepperoni. It's like this little crumbly stuff on top. You know, if you're going to do pepperoni, okay? Don't do this half-ass thing. You know, it's like you try to pick it off and it's like gush. All right, that's sauce. Let's see if I can even find a piece. Oh, I found a piece of pepperoni. Oh my Lord, I'm shocked. Pepperoni. Holy cow. I actually found a piece of pepperoni. All right, let's see if it's actually pepperoni. No, it's like dog treats, man. No. I mean, I know they say that, you know, you basically rely on the army because it's, you know, the army runs on its stomach and all this crap. This would be akin to taking your Mercedes, you know, McLaren SLR to the gas station and going, yep, we got this crap we just pumped out of the crankcase of this old 42 Ford. Let's just go dump that in the gas tank and see how she runs. That's what you're putting into this crap. I mean, literally, it is I really want to cuss here. It's a horrible effort. It's a bad execution. And holy cow, oh my stars and garters. Ack. I mean, this is possibly, you know, the best way from one of my passed along friends who's residing in Arlington National Cemetery. Ack, dude. Just ack. Which is like his lowest form of diminutive for anything that was just absolutely disgusting. Ack. And I don't mean like ack like the aliens and Mars attacks. I mean ack. Wow. Canadian 24 rations. Dude, you can find those. Abram, you can find the Canadian rations on eBay. They're easy. As a matter of fact, they're actually really good. They're very, very good MREs. The older brown paper bag kind of looking guys were the ones I'm most familiar with. I do know that they have rehabbed them and they're looking very close to our stuff now, but they're bigger. They have more stuff. And supposedly back in the good old days, the French and the Canadian MREs had like a little vial, bottle, call it what you will, of wine. So they were really, really popular until they started fighting over in the sandbox. And then it's like, yeah, we can't bring the wine to these countries. And the French guys were like, that's nice. We're still bringing in our wine. So our religion prohibits you from consuming alcohol in our land. It's like, dude, we just blew you into the next county. I think we can bring our own crap if we want to. It's not like you're gonna stop us. So anyway, yeah, this one is this is not even a swing and a miss. This is a swing, a miss, and a 2 thumbs down straight into the toilet. Wow. I mean, just I cannot understand how these guys are like, this is so amazing. These soldiers are really, truly going to appreciate having pizza in combat. Dude, if you're going to send them a pizza in combat, send them a real damn pizza in combat, because this is not it. As a matter of fact, talking to some guys who'd actually been over in the, I really want to cuss again, the sandbox. I was going to say the other S words, but those guys over in the sandbox, of all the things they said, was like absolutely one of the best things they had over there was not our food, not the MREs, but they said literally was the fresh bread. Like, the flatbread where the guy basically, he's like slapping out the dough, and then you see him like take like what looks like almost like a pillow, puts the dough on there, and then goes inside this pretty much like an egg-shaped oven that has like a heat source all the way around, either fire or another heat source. But the whole thing is like this really, really super, super hot kiln almost of a thing. And they take it and they like slap it on the inside or slap it on a wall. And then what they do is have a piece of metal rod with like a hook on it. And as this thing bakes off, they'll like reach in, grab it, and flick it out, and hand it off to the person that they're now serving. And all the service guys I talked to were like, oh yeah, the fresh bread was like, that was the stuff to get. I was like, so how much do they charge you? And the guy goes, charge me? No. Normally what happens is, they knew that we were fighting for their freedom, so usually they gave us that stuff free. And that was like in like Iraq. I don't know so much about like over in Afghanistan so much, but I knew in a couple of the sandboxes, the fresh bread was like the shiznit, supposedly from the troops that I talked to that came back after being over there. Let's see, scroll. That was just nasty, man. Do not do that. Trust me. Do not do it. It was gross. I don't know if you heard about this, but concerning other nasty food things, supposedly there was a 5 guys in Daphne, Alabama, and a couple of cops walked in there, or a group of cops walked into the 5 guys and were like, yeah, man, we'd like to get a blah, blah, blah. Excuse me. Hello. And excuse me, all the workers there that were in the front area turned their backs on the cops and were like, we're not serving you. They gave them absolutely no service whatsoever, to the point where the cops were like, you know what? Okay, screw it. Let's just go somewhere else. Now, needless to say, the store has said, oh, yes, well, we've terminated and suspended some of the employees or the employees responsible. Dude, if I owned that restaurant, I would have cleaned house. I would have said, you know what? I don't care who did it, who didn't do it, but all of you guys are currently out the front door. Come back for your check, or I'll mail. You know what? I'll mail you your last check. Don't ever dirty my doorstep with your appearance again. So anyway, it was a racially motivated Black Lives Matter, pissed off individual. I don't even care at this point. It was rude. It didn't need to be done. And the cops pretty much were just going there to get something to eat. If you're coming into a place and you're getting something to eat, all bets are off. You're simply getting food. It's not political. It has no bearing on anything other than the fact you're coming in to get something to eat. If you're one of the people that works there, your job is to service the customer, not play political instigator, not play like, oh, my life is so disaffected because I'm XYZ and those guys are, PDQ. Any of the rest of that stuff has no bearing whatsoever on you doing your job to take an order, put it in the machine, pick up the food, hand it to the person. End of it. I cannot understand why these people think that playing politics at work enables and furthers their cause. If anything, it disenfranchises everybody from saying, wow, these guys really are so disaffected. I probably could see some reason to just find myself looking on their side of the equation and going, oh my, these guys really could use me to help them further their cause. No, what seems to have happened is people go, oh, yeah, these guys are a bunch of racist S-bags. Don't do this crap at work. No matter what your race, color, creed is, don't do it at work. It holds no bearing, and it has nothing to do whatsoever with normal society because you are being a dick. wow. Just wow. I don't know if you guys caught this or not, but the lamestream media is still, and I do mean still pining and losing their freaking minds because Roger Stone's prison sentence was commuted by President Trump. Now, if you listen to any of the interviews with Roger Stone, okay, first and foremost, I'm not a fan of Roger Stone. I think the guy's a sleaze, okay? That's just me. Just give me 1 second here. I think the guy's a total sleaze. I mean, I have no great charity for him, no beholding to say, oh, this guy has seen so much hard life. Yeah, we should give him special treatment and accreditation. I got no reason to see the guy other than what he is. He was a political guy who was hooked up with the president, fell into disfavor with the Democrats. The Democrats tried to burn him. And I do mean the Democrats tried to burn him. Like, normally when you're presenting information or presenting information or trying to make your case, you could do that freely. I mean, you're basically making your case, well, you know, when they blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing, and you, this, that, and the other thing. Well, no, Your Honor, here's this information, and contrary to that, I'd like to make this, you know, Exhibit A, Exhibit B, going on down the line. And essentially the, you know, A to Z of it was this. The judge was hostile. She disinformed and turned the jury against Roger Stone. The prosecutor was a hack who was trying to burn Stone any chance possible. His defense was not allowed to defend him. He was not allowed to present his case. He was not allowed to give, you know, contrary information that would have pulled his balls out of the fire. And pretty much they set it up as a political hit job to put him in jail for an extended period. And or else is this. He's 67 years old, and they were trying to put him in a jail filled with people with corona. Basically, they were giving him a death sentence. Put him in jail, watch him go, you know, that's what they were counting on. They're waiting for him to catch corona and crap out and, you know, done. So anyway, that's the long and short on that one. So he's now commuted off that sentence. There is other stuff that he has to now fight off. So hopefully, with this first round of being commuted, there's now going to be secondary stuff going on where potentially and hopefully he gets freed from that as well, because this is a Democrat, socialist, call what you will, deep state attempt to take down somebody associated with Trump, for the very simple reason of the fact that they could not get Trump with the Russian collusion crap. So they were saying that Stone was involved with the Russian collusion crap. Now, if you look at the way and shape and form of all of this Russian collusion stuff, it was crap. It was made up. It wasn't even good stuff. All the Pfizer warrants were bad. The information that they provided was spacious and arbitrary. It was not even good information. The witnesses they tried to provide were absolutely hostile. The FBI guys that were involved in it set up and tried to burn other people. It's bad information, relying on bad premise. And then, of course, you know, it becomes this whole media hack job where, oh, yeah, because you're associated with Donald Trump, you're obviously guilty. Now, politically, that's how it was. And now I can tell you for a fact, if this stuff ever was predisposed upon the Democrats, the media would not shut up about it. And you would have heard screaming to the heights of heaven about how disaffected the Democrat version of Roger Stone was and how bad the Republicans are and how unjust this is and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, who shot John and all the rest of it. So for Stone to get his sentence commuted was actually for justice to be served, because all this Russian collusion crap is a lie. Moving on from there. I don't know if you guys caught up with this or not, but the president of Goya Foods, and I'm really unable to pronounce this guy's name. Hang on 1 second here. I will give it a try. So let me just try this real quick. So hopefully I just, you know, look like a total doofus. So the president of Goya, let's see, Robert Ananui, that's something like that. So UNANUE. So I'm really probably hacking it up because, you know, Latino phonetics is usually not my first one. But anyway, What he said essentially is the country is blessed to have President Trump's leadership. The media, the Democrats, and all those guys on the left are currently losing their cookies. Well, if you want to be completely honest, here it is, front and center. If you're with the Democrats and you don't leave the reservation, you're great. If you are a minority and you do something which goes against the Democrats, you are seen as the bad guy. Well, here's the thing, and here's how you can take it. The Democrats now are trying to ruin a minority business known as Goya Foods. Now, truthfully, I don't see one way or the other in terms of Goya's products. I mean, they're decent stuff. I really like their tinned octopus. Man, their tinned octopus is so good. That's like one of my favorites. It's canned items. I mean, it tends to be like stuff that they stock in Latin markets. It tends to be like Latin-based foodstuffs. There's also a lot of, other crossover products where people are like, oh, cool, I need that so-and-so to make my recipe. I don't care that Goya is a Latin-owned company. I don't care that Goya likes President Trump. And I really, truly don't care that, the guy that runs the place was like, yeah, Trump's cool. Makes no difference to me whatsoever. I truly do have a problem, though, when you have those guys in, the NFL, using the NFL for political speech and what have you, mostly because they're not being paid by the general public. They're being paid by false premise. They're being paid by advertisers like commercial giants like Nike and all kinds of other screw-up guys who basically, just love one side of the political aisle versus the other side of the political aisle. And it's notable to see this for what it is. Goya essentially was a neutral party, but the dude who runs the place said, you know what? I like Trump. I think he's running the place good. I like him. That shouldn't be a reason to ruin the company because you so disagree with their political aspect. If you don't want to buy their stuff, don't buy their stuff, okay? If you want to buy their stuff, buy their stuff. That's simply how things work in a capitalistic system like our nation's basic premise. Just like football, I'm not spending a dime on any advertiser that has anything to do with the NFL. I'm never going to buy a pair of Nike anything. And you know what? Any of those guys that play football or basketball and speak out and say something idiotic, I'm not going to spend a single dime on them in any way, shape, and form. You know what? As a matter of fact, the perfect line to describe those guys is something I heard back at boot camp back in 1986. One of the guys like, you know what? I'm going to use that classic line I heard when I was a kid. And I was like, oh, I got to listen on this one. He goes, he ain't worth the steam off my piss. I was like, dude, that is one I am keeping. I am hanging on to that one because that is just good. So, yeah, all those guys that pretty much talk smack in the NFL, the NBA, and any other sports thing. Oh, let's go on to actors, singers, rap artists, and all the rest of it. You guys can do anything you want to, but you ain't worth the steam off my piss. Let's see. Scroll. This one really kind of is annoying in the state of Maryland. Usually, if you do a purchase of a, quote, I'm doing air quotes, a regulated firearm, the state has a certain amount of time of which to turn around and say, they don't even say approved, they say not disapproved. So they can't really say that they're giving you their golden touch to say, yes, you're anointed. So anyway, so what it is now is there was a holdup for a while with the Maryland State Police when the system crashed, and they needed additional time to do it by hand. So what they're saying now is we really, truly want that to become permanent. And the thing about it is, in the state of Maryland, is if a Maryland state firearms dealer has a quote-unquote regulated firearm, if the Maryland State Police has not disallowed them, after 7 days, they may hand off the weapon to the purchaser, even without being approved. That puts the onus on the MSP to go, whoa, that guy wasn't approved. They now have to go and get a hold of that guy and go, sorry, dude, you can't have this. Give us this back. We got to take this back to the gun store. You are not that guy. So anyway, the state of it is that the dealers were allowed to transfer after 7 days, and the law is written, stated that the MSP, Maryland, cannot go after the dealers for delivering simply because the way the law is written, they were following the law. But anyway, so the Maryland guys, the anti-gun groups, are now demanding an infinite delay for firearms transfers. Well, I got bad news for you guys in the anti-gun group. If you want to go down and dirty, and I want to go out to another state and I want to buy a long gun, I buy a long gun, okay? If I want to buy an MSR, modern sporting rifle, AR-15, call it what you will, as long as it fits the precepts of the Maryland law, reading like an H-bar weapon of certain prerequisite things, not quite like, the regulated firearms in California, but there's certain things that do hold true, and basically you could buy it at a border state. I could buy it in Pennsylvania, or I could buy it in Virginia, I could buy it in Delaware, any of the border states. If they'll sell to me, I can buy it. But the other foot that basically dropped the shoe off is simply this. With an 80% firearm made in your own home, there is no approval process. There is no background checks. You simply say, you know what? As a free and emancipated citizen of the United States, I am allowed to make my own guns. And truthfully, with a couple tools and some time, you can make an AR-15 receiver. I mean, you're really milling out an area about the size of pretty much like about a Zippo lighter, and you're drilling 3 holes. Not rocket science, okay? When they say an 80% firearm, that means that there's 20% left to make it go bang. Not rocket science. And then, of course, you do a couple other cheats and a couple other tweaks. Really, truly not hard to make the things work. As a matter of fact, in making an 80% firearm, yes, I've actually done that myself. It is not rocket science, and I did it with a drill press. Not rocket science. As a matter of fact, it's a pistol. So if anything's going to go wrong shooting an AR-15 pistol, that's the way things go bye-bye and don't work right. Anyway, so looking. Let's see. Anything else jumping out at me? Hang on a second. Like I said, I went into this cold. I really, truly didn't do good things in terms of that one. Let me see. Scrolly. Let's see. Is there anything I forgot? It's times like this where I literally go into it cold, and I'm like, I forgot to do something. Godly meme man, dude, appreciate you coming on by. I didn't know who you are, but I'm glad you came on by, and you're not one of my regulars, but if you want to become one of my regulars, hey, the videos are up, so if you wish to see them in review, they are up. I appreciate your kind attentions. Let's see, scrolly. My mousie's being weird again. Scroll. This is usually when I start looking in the chat rooms to go, did I miss them? Did I miss them? Let's see. Look over here real fast. Okay, nobody's really doing anything on Facebook, but that's all right. The videos are up there for review, so if you want to look at it, that's great. Scrolly. See anything else jumping out at me? Usually I'm better prepared. I apologize. Let's see. Scrolly. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but Ford is now hyping the fact that they are reviving the reiteration. And I don't know if I would call it that, but they're calling it the reiteration of the Ford Bronco. Now, if you look at this thing, if you squint your eyes up kind of just right, it kind of almost looks a little bit like a 1960s Ford Bronco. To me, it looks like a Ford Flex that they mixed up with a what was that? What's that Toyota? Hang on a second here. I'm having a brain fart, and I'm gonna have to look this up. That's what it is. The FJ Cruiser. It looks to me like they mixed up like a Ford Flex and a Toyota FJ Cruiser and said, there you go. That's an off-road vehicle. There you go. That's the thing right there. I don't know what it's going to do. I don't know what the power plant's going to be. If they drop anything less than the Coyote motor in there, something is wrong because that thing needs a V8. It doesn't need a little eco boost, 4-cylinder going. No, it needs. Trust me, I can tell you with the new daily driver that I currently have being the 2016 Pilot. That thing hooks and books. It is not a slow car, and I'm really not unhappy about the performance of it. It's peppy. And another thing too is also it's getting much better gas mileage than the previous Honda Pilot that I had. They say the specs on my Pilot should be 20 in the city, 27 highway. Hell to the no. You're not getting 20 in the city. You're not getting 27 on the highway. I don't know how the hell they managed to get these numbers. That is insane. But it's also spec'd out at 280 horsepower. It goes. It goes decent, and it's not sluggish in the slightest. 6-speed automatic tranny. It does just fine. In terms of keeping up with traffic, it does. Being an all-wheel drive, it is. I've had a lot of fun with people in the rain so far. The biggest thing I can tell you from the previous to the current Pilot is it drives a lot sportier. The ride's a lot choppier. It's a lot tighter in the handling. The lower profile tires are really grippy. But you can make it slide. I mean, I've actually taken a couple hard turns to see if I can get a brake loose, and you can. It's a car, things they can slide around, things do stuff like that there. In terms of the Blazer, we're waiting for more information to come out about the Ford Blazer. But it's one of those things where they're doing the retro stuff again. And I gotta tell you, man, it's like they're really trying to channel the old, not like the O.J. Simpson specific one. We're talking about the Ford or Bronco or Blazer or no, I'm saying Blazer. Excuse me. It's not a Blazer. It is a Bronco. I'm having a brain fart. Sorry about that one, folks. I'm sure in the chat room you're like, what? Sorry, the Ford Bronco. Oh, dude. Holy crap. Yeah, returns by popular demand. Okay, well, it's going to be 2021, and Fox News said essentially that they now have pricing. Well, that's wonderful. Only problem is if you already got prices for it and they haven't told you like performance or any other stuff, that's kind of hardcore where they're like, oh, it's going to cost $42,000. Well, what's the engine? Oh, that's coming later. We'll let you know MSRP first and then vehicle specs. It doesn't really help me, dude. Doesn't really help me at all. I simply want to know this stuff before I get into it. So anyway, the base two-door that they're looking at for the Bronco, and it looks goofy, man. It doesn't look like a Jeep. It doesn't look, like the 1960s Bronco. It looks goofy, okay? Oh, God, here we go. 29,995 with a 270 horsepower, 2.3-liter turbocharged four-cylinder, 7-speed manual transmission. Well, finally they got that right. Part-time four-wheel drive, 5 GOAT drive modes, 16-inch steel wheels, 10-speed automatic transmission, automatic four-wheel drive system, 310 horsepower, 2.7-liter supercharged V6, and Sasquatch off-road performance package with 35-inch tires, special wheels, upgraded suspension, and locking front and rear diffs are optional. Okay, half of that stuff you can just throw away and go, no. Give me the locking diffs. Give me the four-wheel drive that is manual. I want to basically have as many levers and switches as I can find because I don't trust flicking levers and switches that then go, hello, computer. The computer goes, hello. Oh, computer, I want to climb up this hill and I want to be in like low, climb anything. Rated for it. You bought the wrong model. No, dude, come on, hit the button. Let's go. Sorry, Dave, I can't do that. Well, I thought it was Steve. Now you're Dave. Oh, stupid computer. Anyway, so the next one up called the Big Bend, BEND, 34,480, which is a 4-door. So I guess in direct comparison to like, the Jeep Wrangler 4 doors. At 17-inch alloy rims, leather trim, additional GOAT mode to base. What? This is lame, weak stuff. Available heated seats, Co-Pilot 360 driver aids, and improved lighting. Translation, you'll walk up to like some really daunting thing and go, which camera? Hang on, let me switch cameras here so I can look down and see. Oh, okay, I can climb up this hill like this. I got to turn left a little bit. As opposed to the guy in front of you that's going straight, left, right, oh. Inside basically escort you through the rough stuff. Not some little, beep, boop, 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 boop thing. No, that's weak sauce. And then they have the last one, which is, next one, the Black Diamond, 37,545. Why are these things starting to sound like marital aids? The more off-road focused Black Diamond's trimmed with waterproof marine-grade vinyl upholstery and equipped with heavy-duty bumper and removable end caps, rock rails, skid plates, additional switches, auxiliary switches, and 7 GOAT modes. What the hell's a GOAT mode? That's just weak sauce. The top of the line is not quite there yet. We have the Outer Banks for $40,450. Then we have the Badlands at $40,590. Then finally we have the Wild Track at $50,370. Nope, we're not done yet. Then we have the first edition for $60,800. But it has the Wild Track exterior features, the Outer Banks interior, and all of the option packages standard. However, for those interested, Ford will only build 3,500 of them, and the reservation book is already full. Dude, I am so not into this thing. Ford Bronco Badlands. Ooh. It almost looks Russian. I mean, I'll throw the link in the room. You guys can check it out for yourselves. But, it's just really not doing it. It is really not doing it for me, man. I'll tell you that for dang sure. It's really, really not doing it. Let's see. Let me scrolly. I can cheat this. Folks. Give me 1 second here. Do. I can cheat this, but man, I'll tell you what. When companies do this stuff and they do the retro thing, they really just kind of, oh yeah, this is the most amazing thing, and then they have like 16 bazillion versions of it. Homeowner special, and I really truly want this added on for this. Sorry, sir, you got to go to the next option package up. That's truly annoying about modern vehicles. It is truly, you pretty much have this situation where you need to go up a step to get the option package that you really, 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 really want, even though it's really the basic same vehicle. It's really not all that different. And truthfully, it's not doing anything all that different than the previous one ever would truly do, mostly because it's just not that different. It really, truly isn't. It's simply just a slight tweak to say, yep, here you go. That's the thing right there. It's completely different stuff. No, it's basically the same thing. Hang on a second. I grabbed the wrong keyboard. Whoa. Wrong button. That is not what I wanted. I hate autoplay videos. I hate autoplay videos. They are annoying. Hang on a second here. Let me grab that link, and you guys can check it out at your leisure. But man, I'll tell you, there's just so much crap these guys put out nowadays. And it's not that different. It really, truly is not that different. I mean, if you look at this thing, it's like, well, it's Ford trying to recreate the Ford Bronco. Dude, there was nothing really wrong with the original Ford Bronco other than you stop making it. It's not that big a deal. Jeep kind of owns it. There's other companies that pretty much make stuff that's kind of almost similar wannabe. The Ford Bronco of the 1960s is not what you're making there, guys. Sorry. Let's see. Coming up on about 10-minute time period after 10. One last thing I want to bounce off you guys, and this is kind of a sad one. I don't know if you guys watched like Mythbusters or if you watched like, the online Star Trek, but the engineer, just generally decent guy, also on Mythbusters he was known, but Grant Imahara had an aneurysm and passed the other day. And truthfully, it was just a lot of fun to watch on Mythbusters. Okay, we need to make this so-and-so. And you see him back there, and he's working for all he's worth, and he comes up with this wild contraption going, here you go, dunk. And they're like, what's it going to do? He's like, watch this. Hits the button, and it performed spectacularly. Like, that whole, my absolute favorite Grant Imahara creation ever was from the movie Wanted, where they're like, can you curve a bullet? And he came up with a device to hold a pistol and sling and try to see if the bullet would actually curve in the process as the gun was being fired. And that thing was like whip, nope, whip, nope, whip, nope, whip. And that thing went faster and faster and faster, holding a pistol and firing at the proper point to see if you could get a bullet to curve rather than just simply going straight. And they proved out the theory was false, but it looked great in the movie. But man, the length and the amount of engineering that went into that thing was absolutely spectacular, and it was just fun to watch. So anyway, I'm gonna break all of this one, but rest in peace, Grant. Man, you made some great stuff, and you were a lot of fun to watch. You'll be missed, dude. All right, so I'm gonna bring up this one, folks. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. Many other places to go, but you guys hung out with me, and I appreciate your kind attentions and good stuff like that there. Let me go on over here real quick and get all my rundown. There is some behind-the-scenes stuff right now that I cannot go into at Around the Cabin, which is why I'm doing this stuff on my own. But I can simply just say this. Stay tuned. Around the Cabin is doing stuff. I can't go into the detail, but they're doing stuff, and I'm not at liberty to say, but they're doing stuff, okay? So be sure to check them out, aroundthecabin.com, aroundthecabin.com for Around the Cabin, Around the Cabin School of Self-Reliance, Around the Cabin Food, Around the Cabin Buy, Sell, and Trade, Around the Gardens Gate, and Around the Cabin Medicinal Cannabis. Good stuff like that there. You can find me on, of course, Twitter is 80spcc. I don't really do a whole hell of a lot on Twitter, but it is there. Of course, you can find me over here. You guys will watch me on YouTube, so do jerky and stuff like that there. I might grab a screen grab, and I might grab like the bit of it where I'm trying the pizza, but don't try the pizza, okay? Trust me on this one. Don't try the pizza. Hopefully the sound was better on YouTube this time. I actually am using a different microphone as opposed to my previous iteration. I was trying to like go, you know what? Maybe it's a sound issue because the profile of the actual input sucked versus the output. Hopefully things are better in that regard. So I'm going to break up this one, folks. I appreciate your kind attentions and catch you guys next week. Maybe I might do something else midweek. You never know. There's always something strange going on the 80s podcast channel. Well, I appreciate your kind attention, folks. I'll catch you guys next time. And like I usually say, eat your keep it 10 ring as always. Oh, you know what? You can't talk today. Eat good, keep it 10 ring as always. You know what? You love it. Don't eat the combat pizza. Don't. Yuck. See you guys. Ack. Earth.